What's up, comic compadres, and welcome back to the Hoodrat podcast, where I'm Hoodrat, you're Hoodrat, and what? We all Hoodrats. And welcome back to the Comics on the Rise. These are books that I saw between August 15th and August 22nd that are having some interesting sell exchanges in price and in quantity. These are books that I saw on cover price that I'm keeping an eye on, and hopefully I'm helping you keep an eye on so you can check these out in the back bins and where else you go and get your books. But yo, I got a couple of highlights for y'all. So let's check out Hood's highlights. Let's go. The first interesting highlight that I have here for you guys is Avengers Number 85. This is the first full appearance of the Squadron Supreme. There have been some unconfirmed rumors of Hyperion and the Squadron Supreme, maybe the Squadron Sinister, showing up in Loki Season 2. We do have D23 coming up, so it's going to be interesting to see what Feige brings out of his hat and shows us on those big screens with his slides. Some things that he may not have told us over at San Diego Comic-Con. We do have a lot of things that wasn't shown for Phase 6, so we're probably going to get that news in D23, and people are trying to get ahead of it and maybe banking on this Avengers Number 85 as a book to get. Following up with Avengers Number 85, I have here Avengers Number 70, and this is the first full appearance of the Squadron Sinister. Number 69, Avengers Number 69 is the cameo of the Squadron Sinister. So that's another book people have been checking out. So this one's actually up 53.61%. VG copy raw is going for about $38. A 9.6 is going for about $15.60. So a lot of people are trying to bank on this, trying to get in a little bit early as more news for Loki Season 2 comes out and before D23 happens. The next book I have here on my highlight list is Miracle Man issue number 1. This came out in 1985. Miracle Man was a reintroduction of Marvel Man by Angelo. It was repurposed and renamed Miracle Man for legal reasons. But we're getting a new Miracle Man number 0 coming out in October. There's going to be some of the writers include Jason Aaron, Ryan Stegman, and there's been rumors that Donny Cates is also going to write for Miracle Man as well. So people are getting hyped up for Miracle Man. This is coming back, and I think people are getting excited. We did see a tease of it in Timeless number 1, so you might want to check that book out as well. It's on the last page. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see if Donny Cates actually gets a write for this write for this book and this run, because I know Donny Cates has been wanting to do that for a while, and he's been making his voice heard. So let's see if it happens, because it's always a good team up with with Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. So let's see if that happens. The next book up on my highlight list is Ghost Rider number 28, The Midnight Suns. This is the first cameo appearance of the Midnight Suns, the first appearance of the Caretaker, first appearance of Lilith, and the first appearance of Meat Market. Very interesting names. Very interesting names there we got. But there, Rosario Dawson showed up at C2E2 and had a little slip that John Berthnall was returning as a Punisher, and she was excited to possibly return as a night nurse. But she's taken that back and said that she's heard that from a fan. But who knows? Who knows? You know, maybe she got a call from Feige and says, maybe you should say it this way. But everybody's getting excited for the Midnight Suns, and I don't know why why Punisher would make the Midnight Suns hot, because he wasn't in my recollection, he wasn't part of the Midnight Suns. But there was a cover by Greg Smallwood, I think back in the back a couple years ago in his Midnight Suns run with Donny Cates. and he had Punisher on the cover. But that cover never came to fruition. It never came to fruition. It was just kind of out there. It was a pitch of putting Punisher in as part of the new Midnight Suns. But that could be that could be a possibility why this is rising as well. There's another possibility of it because Disney Plus is coming out with their Halloween special in October. And I think people are betting on, some more players, some more members of the Midnight Suns coming out, because we do have a few already. And people do love Ghost Rider, and we know Feige loves Ghost Rider. He said that a couple years at San Diego Comic-Con, and he wanted to, make him a part of, the MCU. Hopefully we can see that soon. A lot of us love, Ghost Rider, and a lot of us are horror fans as well. And we want to see, this supernatural crime-fighting bunch possibly get together. So I think people are betting on that as well. Maybe getting ahead of it as well. Like a lot of people are trying to get ahead of things before D23. That's happened in a couple weeks. Because we know we're going to get a couple big announcements. We're going to get a couple big announcements that are going to blow us out of the water. And I'll make sure to let y'all know because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there live. On with another Ghost Rider spec. So we got the first appearance of Danny Ketch, the second Ghost Rider. I'm excited too. I'm excited to see if we're going to get Danny Ketch, because I know we already had a Johnny Blaze, right? We already had Johnny Blaze when we had Nicolas Cage back in the 90s. And then we had Robbie Reyes. He showed up in the Marvel Shields. The first appearance for Johnny Blaze is pretty expensive. It's a very expensive book. Matt Woods came on our show over at the Monday Night Comic Book Jive and showed that and had that as one of his picks. And it is a good time to buy it, but it's an expensive book. And then you got the Robbie Reyes book. Book's about $50, but you got this one. This is the first appearance of Donnie Ketch, and he hasn't really showed up yet in television. It's going for about $21 with the last raw sale. It's up 51%, 51.10%. Near Mint's going for $43, and a 9.6 is going for $90. So this is a very affordable key. It's a very affordable bet if you're looking for a Ghost Rider spec. I think that's what everybody's trying to go after on that. And plus, he hasn't really showed up on television yet as well, like the other Ghost Riders. But there is one more Ghost Rider you should be looking out for. That's Alejandra Jones. She is the female Latina Ghost Rider. She shows up in Fear Itself, Ghost Rider from 2011. I think that book is going for about $20 to $30. So that's another good bet if you're looking to bet on some Ghost Riders that haven't shown on film yet. So check it out. And my last highlight, and probably my favorite, is this Action Comics number 9. This is the first appearance of Calvin Ellis, President Superman from Earth 23. I'm hoping to see this as well, guys. This is a really good spec for me as well. I've been collecting these books for a while. I've been collecting this and Earth 2 number 19 from 2014. That's the first appearance of Val Zod. That goes for about $35. But we have Michael B. Jordan lobbying for a black Superman to happen, an African-American Superman to happen on film or on the small screen or on streaming. Either way, I'm excited for it. I think that'll be a good change of pace. I know that a lot of people love Henry Cavill, or Cavill, whatever you want to call him. He is a big gamer. He is a big nerd too, and I think he wants to continue playing Superman. I really enjoyed him playing Superman as well. And all those Superman movies that showed up in a couple years ago. But I would be excited to see this as well, and I think people are excited to see as well. These books have been on a dip, especially Earth 2 number 19. That was a $100 book. Now it's going for $35. But as you can see, this book is up 43.87%. Its current trend. Last raw sold for about $30. Near mint, from 9.0 to 9.4 goes for about $35, and 9.8 goes for about $178. So check these books out, man. I really think this is a good bet for the future, because we all need diversity in Superman. It would be awesome to have an African-American Superman as well. Yo, guys, but that's it for my highlights for this week. This is a bi-weekly show. I do this every other week in conjunction with Monday Night Comic Book Jive, with my good friends and family, comic book crackhead, that's Javid, Dan De La Torre, the professor, Hoodratville Comics, that's my boy Russ out there in New Orleans, and my very good friend from my hometown, and that's Kirk Mindshift. So make sure you guys come next week. We're going to be doing our picks live, and check us out. But yo, here are the rest of the highlights. Let's go.